Palace asks, did Duterte's lawyers admit he abused power? Understanding the Palace's challenge to Duterte's interim release argument. When former President Rodrigo Duterte's legal team asked the International Criminal Court to grant him interim release, they argued that he no longer commands the same influence or power he is said to have abused during the period of the alleged crimes. That line of reasoning prompted a sharp response from Malacañang Palace. In effect, the Palace asked, by admitting that Mr. Duterte once wielded such power, was his own counsel conceding that those alleged abuses, and therefore the crimes under investigation, actually took place? Palace Press Officer Claire Castro emphasized that, regardless of Mr. Duterte's former status as head of state, the principle of presumption of innocence remains paramount. She noted that under both Philippine law and the Rome Statute, an accused is presumed innocent until proven guilty, and that no procedural maneuver should be interpreted as an admission of guilt. Castro insisted the government respects due process and that any suggestion of wrongdoing, even in a petition focused on procedural relief, must not be misconstrued as prejudging the case. At the same press briefing, Castro reaffirmed Malacañang's commitment to ensuring Mr. Duterte enjoys all the protections guaranteed by the International Criminal Court. She specifically cited Articles 66 and 67 of the Rome Statute, which guarantee suspects the right to be informed in detail of charges, to have adequate time and facilities to prepare a defense, and to access legal counsel of their choosing. Yet, she warned, highlighting any past abuse of influence risks undermining those very defenses. In framing its rebuttal, the Palace zeroed in on what it saw as a logical contradiction. If ex-President Duterte's lawyers are arguing that he no longer possesses the power he once had, then implicitly they acknowledge that power was once abused. In the Palace's view, this undercuts the defense's own insistence on innocence. By questioning whether the interim release argument effectively conceded the existence of the alleged crimes, Malacañang sought to remind all parties of the fine line between procedural advocacy and substantive admissions. This exchange underscores the delicate procedural dance at the International Criminal Court. Defense teams routinely seek interim relief on technical grounds, such as changed circumstances since the alleged crimes, to secure their clients' temporary release. But in doing so, they must avoid any language that might be interpreted as conceding criminal responsibility. For Mr. Duterte's counsel, the challenge is to argue that he poses no flight risk or threat without suggesting that the power he once held was illegitimately used. Ultimately, the Palace's response serves as both a substantive pushback and a cautionary note. It highlights how procedural petitions at the International Criminal Court can carry unintended implications. For observers, this back and forth offers a window into how carefully crafted legal arguments must be when they straddle the realms of procedure and substance. As the International Criminal Court considers Mr. Duterte's request, all eyes will be on whether the court views the Palace's line of reasoning as a valid procedural critique, or as a veiled attack on the defense's credibility. Stay curious, stay connected. Subscribe now for fresh news update.